All right, we are live. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Don the Kraken Wit here, and this is a response to the video that Tony Teflon just did at Teflon TV. And if you haven't seen it, I actually put a link in the description, and I would really suggest that you go and watch that first before you watch this video right here. I am joined by two really good friends of mine, Alicia and also T-Baby. Alicia, if you could please introduce yourself real quick for me.
Hey everyone, Alicia K, Lord Commander of the NSSS, just here chilling with Kraken and T-Baby. And hugs and smooches, Tony.
All right, and T-Baby?
Hey everyone, I'm back. I just want to say we love you, Tony, and this is going to be a cool conversation, so I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say, and also in the chats.
Speaking of the chat, I want everybody in the chat room that's watching us live and anybody in the future, like, pick up what we're putting down, and like I want you guys to you know, like, tell us what your favorite memories of Tony is, and you know, I want to give a couple of, you know, it's like 2-3 years ago when I found Tony. T-Baby and we were just talking about it, and Tony brought it up in the video about that Power 200 group. I think he was in the 400 mark when I found Tony, and it was just one of the coolest things. Like the whole Game of Thrones community kind of opened my eyes to what like YouTube is. Like I didn't really realize that like people had channels or like they did shows, you know, or other things like that. And like since then, you know, I'm subscribed to, like, you know, Casey Neistat and Rhett and Link and Good Mythical Morning, you know, like, and all of these like huge YouTubers, and I didn't even really know what YouTube was about. And so I remember there was a coworker of mine. He was like, "Hey man, you know, if you like Game of Thrones, you should definitely, you know, read the books or like listen to the audiobooks." And I was just like, "Oh shit, there's audiobooks?" You know, like I was just ignorant, like I didn't know, you know. And so after I got done with it, I was like, "Fuck, man," you know, like John got stabbed at the last minute, and I was like, "What am I gonna do?" You know, like I don't know what to do. So like I started looking on YouTube, and sure enough, Tony was one of the first people that showed up, you know, and like he said, there was like 4 people doing, you know, Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire content at that time, you know, and I started watching everything that he did. Like I remember, like he was like doing it on his phone, and it was upright, like it wasn't even sideways, like it was upright, you know, the video was, and like that's just how early on it was for Tony, and you know, seeing his progression, you know, all the way till now, you know. But like that was like Tony's videos was like the thing that like for me got me like through the week, you know, like, and I was so excited when he would upload a video, you know. I was just like, oh my god, you know. And like everything that he was saying, like about like I just want to talk to somebody, you know, and I just want to do this and I want to do that. Like Tony literally gave me the inspiration to actually create my own video in the first place. You know, like I was like, I'm looking at this guy, he's not editing a damn thing. He's doing it in one take, you know, and I was just like, this is fantastic. This is great. You know, and initially how I made my first video was 100% inspiration from Tony, you know. And it's just funny because from then, like 3 years ago until now, like I'm making this video right now because I got inspired by Tony Teflon again, you know. And so I wanted to share, and there's a couple more stories that I have about Tony, and a lot of them are just hilarious as shit, you know. But I wanted to ask Alicia and T-Baby also, like, what was your interaction with Tony? Like, how did he make you feel? You know, like me personally, like I said, the whole reason I'm here in the first place is because of Tony. You know, so T-Baby, I want you to take it away first, if you can.
Yeah, well, it's cool because I just seen a lot of you say like he's the one that either got you to start like subscribing, and then he also was the one that got you actually making your channel. So it's pretty cool. I'm in the Mighty 200 group. You know, I was the tracksuit days where he was talking about who's Azor High, is it Stannis, is it Arya? Like I was down on those days, but I always tease in the live chat rooms when they bring up, when he always says, you know, I did a video, and he's kind of like the Simpsons, like Tony's did it. If you could think of something that's like theory wise, he's already either done a video on it or he's mentioned it at least 5 minutes of that topic. He's got like one of those type of personalities you just kind of gravitate to. He's just funny and he's down to earth, and when you watch his videos you feel like you're sitting in a living room with him talking about Game of Thrones. So that's what drew me in. And also he was the one that got me to want to read the books, because I cheated. I kind of saw other people's channels. I saw James first and then I saw Tony's. I saw his channels and they were talking about like who's blood rated and all that stuff. I saw that on the show. And then you had Tony talking about Zora High. I was like, they never mentioned that. I was like, okay, I need to read the book. So I will always credit those two that helped me get into reading the book. So what about you, Kingston?
Let's see. I initially didn't want to be and have anything to do with Game of Thrones, not because I thought it was going to suck, but because I love historical period dated things, and I knew I was going to love Game of Thrones. But I write fan fiction, so when I get into a fandom, I get ideas for stories, and I didn't want to have like 1,000,001 ideas like I sadly do now, which is why I haven't been writing too much of anything, because all roads lead to Westeros or The Walking Dead, and that's just not what's supposed to be happening. So once I binged the show in about 2 weeks up to episode 8 of season 4, and then I caught up and had to wait like everybody else for the episodes to come out. So once that was over, I started sitting like, wondering what else I could find out about the fandom, because once I get into a show like this, I'm all in. So I went and hit research, and I was like, oh, they're books. Okay. Downloaded all the books the next day, didn't read them, but I listened to the audiobooks, binged all those in about, roughly about a month, going through, sitting at work as I'm working, as I'm going through the house, cleaning. And then once those were over, I was like, all right, well, I got to find something else. I need, it's like a drug. I had to find my next fix. So saw a couple things come up on YouTube, and I was like, oh, okay. All right. And everybody was doing just like little clips about stuff, and wasn't anything real heavy like we have going on now. And then, found this dude on Teflon TV. I was like, all right, let's see what this guy's about. And this may sound strange, but when it comes to fantasy genre in particular, you don't usually see a whole lot of Black folk around. So that was one of my draws. I was like, oh, all right, I'm not the only one in here. So I start going through Tony's playlist, and I think, I don't remember how many subscribers he had when I found him, but I know it was well before he did the Night Fort breakdown video. I remember when that was new, and I subscribed to him maybe roughly about a month or so before that. I think ran through his playlist, because he had great content, and he had a different way of looking at certain aspects than other YouTubers I saw did. Now that was one of my greatest draws, because I had ideas about things, and then I listened to him and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I was thinking about that shit all wrong. I had to rethink and dig deeper into how I was looking at everything. And from there, that he's been one of my favorites so far. And he was gracious enough a couple months ago to come on my channel for when I started the Tinfoil Thursdays. He was on that first episode. I mean, even before that, I left a couple comments on his videos, and we chat back and forth a little bit. Always when he was on the small council, I'd be in the chat room. We'd have random little tidbit discussions, and he was awesome enough to have me on his channel a couple times for the pregame show that he did last season. And he's just one of the most chillest people I've ever met, seriously, and he's awesome. And it touched my heart a lot, the video that he did earlier today, because I've been in that same situation that he was in with his brother. Me and we call each other soul twins, because we're cousins. Our dads were best friends, our moms are sisters. We were born 3 days apart. If you're not meant to have a connection with someone with that on their resume, I don't know what your life is going to be like. But since we were babies, we were best of friends, and things got just really, really ridiculous out of high school and then moving on into college and young adult life. And it's only been recently, over the past maybe 2 or 3 years, that we've really gotten past that and gotten into it. And mind you, I said high school. I am almost 35 now. That's how long there was a rift there. So to hear Tony, speak the way he did, it can be very, very heartbreaking to be in a situation like that. So Teflon, bro, I feel you. Call your brother, man. Call your brother. You'll have nothing but good feelings and great positive times after. Just like you said, let bygones be bygones. Squash it. Go get your brother back, man. And I probably talked way too long, so I'm gonna shut up now.
No, you're fine. That's what we're doing here.
Like, I was shaking my head. Yes. Like, I was also in the chats, and you guys were telling me your favorite Tony videos. I saw one who said, "Who got the ass with worse?" I still laughed so hard with that one, because that one was funny. A lot of you said the pre-game shows. That was just classic. I would have never thought of that, but I got so hyped on Sundays. Like, Game of Thrones was
the best segment anyone has come up with.
Yeah, and like I'm sitting at work on Sundays. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so like I'm doing work, and then like I know that like Tony's gonna be doing this pregame show, and I'm just like dialed in, like 100%. Like, and
felt like Game of Thrones was NFL Sundays, game time.
Right.
Like a game time. So we all just gonna kick it and talk about some Game of Thrones. What we thought was last week's episode. It was genius. I would have never thought of that.
Nah, T-Baby, let me refresh your brain real quick. Do you remember the Breaker of Lies?
That was awesome too.
Yo, no, and like Tony's got his sound effects on his phone. Whenever he was he would just hit the womp womp womp. Oh my god, that's so good.
He's just funny. He's like one down to earth, chill.
How you got into videos? I'm sorry, T.
Huh? No, go ahead. What you say?
No, I'm saying I heard how Kraken got started doing videos. How did you get started doing videos, T?
You mean my attempt to do videos? Because I really be slacking. But basically, it really happened once I was on Small Council. The first season, I would say that I was on there, I almost was like, you would have never caught me doing that, because I really almost didn't even do the Small Council to begin with, because I was really shy. So Timo, I'm just saying, girl. But so then the second season that I did it, I had to do it because I love her. But the second season, then I started getting more feedback, and everyone's like, well, why aren't you doing videos? Well, you always make a good point. Can you elaborate? So then I was like, well, sure, why not? So that's when I started doing videos, or my attempt to. The thing that kind of holds me back from making videos. And once again, this is why I applaud Tony and you guys as well, is that I get stuck in my own thoughts and I become I'll get lost in thoughts and go deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. And then next thing you know, I got like papers everywhere with strings trying to connect the dots. Like I'm still on patch phase. And that led me to a lot of places. Patch face led me to, for some reason, thinking about patch face. I'm now, for some reason, with the Greyjoys. I don't know how I got there, but that's how it is. So it's hard to contain my thoughts. But I promise you, more videos will come. You just got to bear with me.
Nice. I can dig it. I honestly don't know why I started doing videos. I really don't.
You probably befriended Christina the Sphinx, and just peer pressure is a bitch with her. I mean,
no, it actually wasn't even that. I had done a couple streams before that. Don Willie, actually, because when he started doing videos early on, I'd subscribed to him and found him, and we would always chat in the comments a little bit. And once he started doing the live streams with you guys, I think it was, I had done a couple with him, and then me and Sphinx from before that, we had been talking in chat rooms. And then when she started doing her thing with Candace, she invited me on. And
the reactions. Like, I remember you started doing the reactions.
Yeah, well, that started with a couple other different shows. But yeah, it became more Game of Thrones just because that's like my favorite show that's out right now. But before I even started doing any of that, I have no idea why. Kyle, KFC, this man subscribed to my channel for no fucking reason. I had no content. I never talked about doing anything. I was barely talking to people in the chat rooms. And I just got this email one time, and Kyle Foster has subscribed to your channel. What the fuck for? And it was only like a year later, honestly, I looked the other day that I started doing videos, and this guy was my first subscriber. So I am, high five, KFC. I'm glad we've gotten to know each other and that you're doing vids and your channel is rocking the shit out of stuff right now.
I remember one of my favorite videos, and this was pretty early on in Tony's career. It was daytime, and he was, and like I said, he didn't do any editing at this point. And he's like,
he was at a cookout or something?
No. Like he was. This is different, and this is like a deep cut. Like, and I cannot tell you what fucking video this is at all. All right, but I remember seeing it, and this motherfucker, like, he's sitting here, he's talking to the camera and everything, and then he goes, "What the fuck was that?" You know, and like he starts like looking, you know, and then this motherfucker was like, "I'll be right back," and like gets up and leaves. Like, leaves the room.
I think I remember that.
So shook.
Like,
He's like, look, y'all.
No, and like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, Tony has finally just lost his fucking mind. You know, like he's just lost it. You know, and then like he just comes back and sit down. And he was like, "Yeah, man, there's people making a lot of noise outside. I didn't know what was going on." You know, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" And like he just left it in. Like he just left it in. You know, and like I was falling in the dirt laughing, you know, like, because it was just so funny, like, just to see, you know, Tony's got his hat, you know, and everything, he just goes, "What the fuck?" You know, like, and I was like, "Tony, dude, like, you're too much right now, like, you're too much." Like, that was one of the greatest Tony moments for me. That shit was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
Yo, he's just funny. Oh, he just is. Like, Tony got a way that when he's like talking about the books and stuff, he'll just say it and it'll make perfect sense. And you're just like, why didn't I catch that?
Right, like, how did I miss that?
It's like he's not trying to make you look stupid. It's kind of like he's saying it's right there. And you're like, why didn't I see that? I've been over there I don't know how many times, and he just points it out and it's like, boom. You're like, oh, okay. So he's a cool peoples.
There's also been a lot of things that Tony said that he got right. You know what I'm saying? Like, about,
yeah,
especially as the season progresses, you know, and like they just confirm, you know. So I was just like, way to go, Tony! Like, Jesus, you know. But hey, he told us from the get-go. that you gotta listen to Tony, okay? Like, so I'm kind of mad at myself because you know we doubted the man, but he got it together.
Yeah, like I said, just cool peoples. I think a lot of people are talking about they like the Children of the Forest video he did. You got people who love the drunk round table talk. I do too, because him with and Bartu, yes, I love them too. When
Yes,
they
the
did the
TN
award style.
Bar show was awesome.
Yeah, I loved how they did the award style. Trying to see because you guys are like typing really fast, but
One
definitely
thing,
much
like,
love.
I love the whole Tony and Bar thing, and I understand why they do it, but it bugs me because like they stick like to an hour. I'm like, guys, I could listen to y'all for 3 or 4 hours, okay?
Yeah,
It's probably because of the time difference.
Right, right,
Bar is up like really early when they do those shows.
right.
yeah, but I get what you mean, cracking. Like,
Yeah.
no, give us another hour.
Yeah.
I could sit and listen to like a 4-hour stream of them going back and forth and breaking stuff down easily.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of you respect and love Tony, and that's cool. And I hope that when he sees it, he'll
That he
see that
knows.
one person might not fuck with you, but you got like a full amount of people who's just down for it.
He's got the Tony guard, man.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, when small council, when you go into like the streams, you'll see where's Tony? Is Tony coming on? Where's Tony? Is Tony coming on? Tony. So it's like you already know. It's like Tony could pop on right now, even though we're showing love, and he wouldn't do this, but I'm just saying Tony could pop on right now and say, I'm about to stream. Gone.
Everybody be gone. Well, sorry, Kraken.
That just lets you know that people are interested in what he has to say, and if people fuck with you, they just fuck with you. It doesn't even have to be explained.
Absolutely. He's seriously, just like I said, he's just one of the most downest, coolest people ever, and he's from New York, so I gotta always show love for New York. Seriously, Brooklyn, baby. So it's just, I love vibing with him. It's another reason I love Don Willie. Got to shout out New York. Him and Mo. I love hanging with those cats because it reminds me of home. Seriously, I miss New York so much sometimes. Like, and talking to them is like my little inn. It's one of the reasons I love them.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like this whole community. It's times where I can't stand it.
Hold on one sec, T. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
If someone throws out a theory and you might not either understand it or agree with it, then all of a sudden we start attacking people's intelligence. I hate that part of this community. At the same time, I love the fact that you do see a lot of people that love to work with each other, love to talk about it. Like, I do love a good edited video and a good talk down video, but I really like the live streams where you get to see them have like this honest, open discussion. And then I love the chat rooms. Like, I always like doing streams, but I really like the chat rooms because you guys always have such incredible things to say that it's crazy that most of you don't even have channels. Like, I swear most of you should have channels because you have some incredible things that always make me want to go back and read something because I think I missed it. Hey, I saw a body.
Hey, guys, I'm sorry.
House.
I have family in the house right now.
Hi.
And they wanted to say hi.
Hey.
They're dumb. That's my cousin Daphne.
Why I gotta be dumb though?
Right.
Are you done? Your titties are like all in my camera. Can you move your titties?
They are, but they look nice.
I'm sorry, y'all. I told you she's stupid.
I'm blushing. I don't know why.
It's okay.
Man.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't do anything. Go over there. It's okay. See, he's laughing because he don't know what the hell to say to you.
Yeah, I'm a little lost.
Look here, damn it! You about to make me talk family talk in front of YouTube.
Okay.
Carry your ass.
In front of company.
I'm sorry, y'all. I told you my family has problems.
I think all of us have a little bit of family problems, but that's good.
All of us.
Um, do you guys remember the first time that like you found Tony and James and stuff like that? I remember Tony was definitely the first person that I found, and then I remember seeing James down in his unfinished basement, like with those little movie reels or whatever the hell it was behind him, and like he's just talking, like James is just talking, and like so I started following James, and then somehow, and I wasn't as good as YouTube as I am now, like with just being organized, I guess, of finding videos and things like that. And I remember seeing that first video where Tony was a part of the small council, and I was like, what the fuck? Like this is like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, like just watching James, watching Tony, and then like seeing them, like get together, I was like, this is so cool. Like this is like the coolest thing I've ever seen, And I remember just after following them for so long, and I wasn't even really talking with James. I wasn't even really just, trying to get his attention or talk to him or anything. But like Tony, on the other hand, I was like leaving comments, and like, hey man, like talk about this, talk about that, like what do you think about this, and then after I made my first video, I sent it directly to his ass, I was like, boom, here, check that out, even though I was in a closet at my old house, like making the video, and like Tony just helped me out, and that just really blew my mind, to like see him work with other people, because Tony was like he's like the go-to guy, like when I wanted to hear something, when a video got uploaded, like life got put on hold for me, like, and because like Game of Thrones was, or A Song of Ice and Fire as well, like it was just such like a passion of mine, and like hearing him, earlier today, like me and my dad, we used to watch Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead, and back in 2014, my dad passed away, and so after that, I was just kind of lost and confused, and started reading the books and listening to the audio books, and so that was really like kind of occupying my time and like making me stay busy, so I didn't dwell on the bad things, and just like seeing Tony just like do all this stuff, it was just so inspiring to me. And then like I remember, getting that call. I was sitting at my desk at work, and like my phone just like does this thing it never did before, and it was actually Google Hangouts, and somebody was calling me, like inviting me to a video or a live, video chat, and his little icon showed up, and I was like, is Tony fucking calling me right now? Like, and I hit accept, and then all of a sudden, like, I look down at my phone, and it's me, MP, Claire Gray, and Tony. And then I look up at my computer, and I can fucking see myself, and I'm like, oh my god, like, and I had never done anything like that before in my life, so that was one of the greatest days. It was like your hero, your inspiration, the person that you look up to is literally like calling you on the phone and being like, hey man, you want to come over here on this chat, and like my mind was just fucking blown. Like I didn't know what to say. Like if you go and look at that video now and then like come back and like look at this one, like it feels like I'm two completely different people, but it's just like at the time I had never done anything like that before, and then the fact that Tony was calling me on top of it, just like I didn't know how to deal. Like I almost had a heart attack, like right then and there, and that was just one of the coolest things. Like out of my whole YouTube, experience, like I've done a video with Radio Westeros. I hang out with Aziz like at least twice a month. He lives right down the street. You know what I'm saying? But like I remember that time that Tony called me on that Mercy chapter, that will forever, forever be in my heart like the greatest thing that I've experienced so far in YouTube. You know, it was just like it just meant so much to me. You know, and so like I just wanted to, you know, tell everybody in the chat room like that was just fucking great. Like I can't express how much that meant to me. Like do you have any more, you know, experiences that you have with Tony that just like really stands out to you? T baby Alicia?
No, because I'm trying. To be honest, I can't think of like, oh, this was the best moment I've ever had with Tony. I can say that every time I've spoken to Tony, I've had a good laugh. Like it's just a genuine, it's just a cool conversation that always goes down. That's what I can
It's
say.
always a fun time.
It's consistency. I just dig his vibe, and that's just what I like. But then I could say the same thing for Kingston and Kraken. You know, if I fucks with you, I fucks with you, and if I don't, I don't. But he's just one of those people that I think when you see him and you see all these people that like really like him, and we all understand why. I think some people get intimidated by that, but he's like the nicest, like down to earth type of person. He's approachable, you know.
Really.
And that's why he started changing up his pregame show and saying, look, even if you don't have a channel, come through. Like you guys already seen that, but he's just a cool ass person. I don't know what else I could say, to be honest, but
yeah, that sums it up greatly.
Like I wish I could have
You're
been,
awesome sauce.
yeah, I wish I could have been a part of that pregame show more, but like, you know, I work Sundays.
they are so much
Yeah.
fun
And
because it's really laid back. It's not like, this is my thing with, it's not, that's the place where I don't see people judging you because of what you thought, even if it's out there or if everyone thought of it. When those pre-games came on, everyone was just throwing out their ideas saying, well, yeah, what about this? It was all love. Kind of like, I just love the fact that he just kind of threw random people that I've never heard of. That like I said, once again, it's so many people that's in the chats that I swear you guys should have been had videos, because that was one of the, I actually really like that one. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say.
Tony's how he's how I got to talk to LaDonna, James, and Nico. And I am huge fans of both of those lovely women. And I thought that was the awesomest thing in the world that I was able to talk to freaking Nico and LaDonna, man. So yeah, those pregame shows, they seriously were the shiz. And I hope he does them next season too.
yeah, I was gonna say they still are the shiz, and I hope he does carry on, you know, and keep doing that. You know, this video was just to basically, and I think I'm gonna take all the comment section and copy it like to an email, and then hopefully I can attach it to the comment section after this video gets uploaded, just so everybody can see, you know, how much love there is, you know, and just how much everything that Tony has done has just meant a lot to all of us, you know, and we all love Tony. Like, Tony, I'm talking to you directly right now. We love you, man. Like, we really do. Like, you know, and he brought up the Hype's watch, you know, in his video. There were so many of us in that group that Tony gave all of us the inspiration to do it, you know, and like all of us individually, not like to create the group, you know, like we came together, but like guess what? You gave so many of us the inspiration to have the courage to come out and talk about this, because like what you said inspired us, you know, like you just wanted to talk to people. Well, guess what, man? You're not the only one. And like you got so many of us to just reach out and branch out and like get outside of our comfort zones and do this and do things that we really wanted to do, you know. And I just want to say thank you, man. Like I really just want to say thank you, you know. And there's a lot of people that really look up to you, you know, and everybody goes through a lot of things, but you have a lot of people behind you that support you, you know. So I just want you to keep your head up, buddy. And ladies, do you have any kind of final thoughts or anything that y'all want to say before we get out of here?
I don't know, just stay up, Tony. We heart you, and keep up them awesome vids, man. Be you, because that's what we're here for. And holla to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for coming to hang out. Hugs and kisses.
T baby.
Yeah, this was fun. Tony, you know we love you. Chat, you know I heart y'all because y'all are everything. If you've been thinking about making videos, do it. I want to see more people. So, you know, please. And if you don't think about it, anyway, come check my channel out. There are some videos there, you know, and there's some good ones. You know, I don't just be blabbing like I'm doing now. I actually sit and think about those. So check that out. Yeah, it's been real with y'all.
You know, and to piggyback off of T baby, if there's anybody, like, I don't know everything, but I can definitely help out. If anybody has any questions, if they're looking into making a video, just feel free to send me a message on Google Hangouts, and I'll do what I can and help you out. I really like helping people. I don't know why, you know, but like I really do, you know. So like I remember Tony was one of the first people that actually like helped me and answered a couple questions. So I just want to kind of spread that love a little bit. But I think we made our point, ladies. So I just want to thank everybody in the chat and everybody that will watch this in the future, and just thank you for coming by and you know, listening to us and supporting Tony, of course. Like I said, today I severely got inspired, you know, by his video, you know, so I just really felt compelled to do this. But I'll be around later tonight. Everybody, y'all know where y'all can find me. And Alicia and T baby, thank you so much for coming here and doing this. And as soon as this gets uploaded, I'm about to spam the hell out of Tony just to make sure that he sees it.
Anytime, man. We're here for the fam, and that's what we are. We are a huge Game of Thrones family out here, so that's what we do.
Yeah, always. You know, and hopefully sometime this weekend we'll have another stream on Kingston's channel or one.
Oh man, you forgot. I got hit.
Oh yeah, it'll be on someone's channel probably this weekend to continue with the epic reread. So check it out.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah, that's it. Love you guys.
All right, bye everybody.
Timo, get a channel.
Yeah, Timo, make a channel right now. Right now, Timo.
Timo Lisi.